Alright, welcome to live coverage on Hurricane Beryl, currently a Category 4 hurricane with winds of 145 miles an hour and a minimum pressure of 952 millibars. Beryl at the moment, let me update this because right now it's really long. There is Beryl, now nearing in on Jamaica. This will be its closest pass to Jamaica, as it will soon go by Jamaica before making landfall in the Yucatan Peninsula. However, there is a slight possibility that Beryl will be making landfall in in Jamaica. See here, as we look at the radar here, we can see that is the eye of Beryl right there. That little circle right there is the eye. I don't know why it should. The radar, I think the radar might have went down. Uh-oh. I think the radar might have went down. Okay. Technical difficulties, not for me, but for people in Jamaica at the moment. Well, the most recent radar image I have is this, with a big, very strong pocket of rain there just north of Mavis Bank. Probably heading this way to Spanish Town. Here's where we see this. If we look at the satellite image, see this is what it looks like. Here's the infrared. Very high cloud tops up to negative 86. However, there is a lot of wind shear coming this way. Let me make it easier for you to see. Coming this way. Hence why the storm actually currently does not have an eye. It did earlier today. The eye wall kind of collapsed. As a matter of fact, I'll try. You can see the eye right there. The eye wall kind of collapsed. It was trying to fill itself in, but the eye really wasn't deep. We had the eye temperature yesterday, 22 degrees Celsius. Currently, earlier the eye was at about negative 60. So the eye really non-existent, but you see those cold high cloud tops covering the very eastern half of Jamaica. As a matter of fact, some of the colder cloud tops now just getting here to the western half of Jamaica. If I had to play this out for you, I'm gonna go to the icon model. Icon, so that's the middle of the storm right there. So it's starting at noon. So you see, it moves through, potentially makes a landfall. The land interaction mixed with the shear is looking for the icon model to bring this quite far down. Tropical storm there, then strengthens a little bit. Then right there, this is Friday, 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Makes landfall near Punta Alen here in the Yucatan Peninsula. Just south of Tulum and El Cedral, north of Punta Herrera. Right here, we have tropical storm force winds in this green area right here. Getting into Tulum and getting into El Cedral right there. Then after that, moves across the Yucatan, emerges a tropical storm, and then we have the Gulf. There is a little bit of wind shear, but the sea surface temperatures are very, very warm. So you see it intensifies rather quickly there as we get close. This is Sunday, 10 p.m. That is the coast of Texas. That's probably, if we look at here, probably a moderate tropical storm sitting at 60 miles an hour. Winds looking to come on shore near Port Aransas, Houston, Galveston, Corpus Christi could get a glancing blow. Port Isabel may be in the way. As a matter of fact, as far over as Cameron, Intercoastal City, they could be seeing effects of this as well. So look here at the NAM model. It does a never mind, it doesn't go that far. What about the HRR? Oh, it's even worse. Anyways. See, there it is. If I look where the hurricane hunters would be flying, where the NHC would more likely be taking measurements from here, 900 at 600 meters, so it's just 2,000 feet. Actually, probably a hurricane tropical storm force was already impacted. Now, using that knowledge, coming over here, this storm is still a very strong it's model category 3, category 4 storm. So you see, there it is. It's closing in on Jamaica very closely. And you see what I'm talking about, how the eye kind of was there, and then the eye wall tried to get back after the wind shear already started, and by that point it was too late. Alright, models. Here's the H-Dwarf model. Currently has it 954 millibars. Actually, dang it, currently has it. Okay, this is before. Now it clips Jamaica, and you already see weakens 20 millibars in 6 hours. Then continues weakening, strengthens a little bit before it can landfall. Probably, let me see where that is. Near Playa del Carmen and Cancun, just south of Cancun, in San Miguel de Cozumel. Now, just south of there, it moves across the Yucatan, then it just about starts rapidly intensifying in the Gulf. If I look at the simulated satellite, look at that. Scary. Already starting to come ashore in Texas, in Louisiana there. I mean, look at that, then kapow. That's what land interaction does to a system. Looking at the M-slip and 10 wind, seeing that at the time it was about 155 miles an hour. Slams in, weakens a few spots just to a hurricane, but look at that. It starts coming back down. That's almost category 3. Now, HMON. HMON, it takes it a bit of a different track. It takes it more south of Jamaica, but does it have? Okay, it doesn't. But it interacts with land less, but it indicates this year will be more and will really not get its act back together. Go to halves A here. Yesterday, it had some rough winds, about 154 knots. That's about 170 miles an hour. I mean, I don't know. The storm yesterday was looking pretty gnarly. So it impacts the Dominican Republic, or not, not the Dominican Republic. Jamaica, bring hurricane force winds onshore. Then it stays a hurricane, slams into the Yucatan Peninsula, and then by the time it gets back, it re-intensifies to a hurricane. But the half-say model shows it only impacting Mexico, not going further north to Texas. Alright, scary one. Half B. I don't know what was wrong with half B. Yesterday I had it wind speeds of 182 knots. Someone help me. 182 knots is like 215 miles an hour. Someone help me. Anyways, for some odd reason, still has its category 5. It shows it almost making landfall, probably major hurricane winds onshore. Weakens, slams into the Yucatan, and then, really, this is the furthest south I've seen yet. See where that would be? That would be if, like, we did, like, right here across. That would be around Tecoluta, Palmasola, around Veracruz, I would say, around Veracruz. Now, if that's my live streaming stats. Lucky. Anyways, so if we look at the GFS model, shows it staying, as a moderate tropical storm, weak tropical storm, hits the Yucatan, and then really just doesn't get its act back together. If we look at the European model, shows roughly the same thing, except really not confident on it becoming a tropical storm again. Really, really not confident. Alright, let's look at the accumulated rain. Alright, so this is the next 12 hours. So let's look at some values here. Cascade sitting at 1.5 inches. Cambridge almost 3 inches. Clarkstown 3.5. Albertown 4 inches. Brownstown, what's with Jamaican town names? Almost 4 inches. Contrevance 4.38 inches. Mandeville 4.95. Gravel Hill 6.4. Maypen 6 inches. Old Harbor 6.09. Port Esquivel 6.5. Spanish Town, really the entire vicinity right here of Kingston, between about 4 and about 6 inches. Next 24 hours, Then we see a big bubble of about 7.5, 8 inches here with Dawkins Pen, Gravel Hill, Clarendon Park, Bay Pen, and even Port Esquivel getting into that. I see some isolated spots out to sea getting about 8.5 inches. Next 2 days changes a little bit, but then we look as it approaches. Now, mind you, this is the icon model. We saw different values for both the GFS model. Next 3 days. And the European model the next 3 days. Just like the icon model here. Here we go. Tulum, almost 5 inches. Francisco May, 4.5. Manuel Antonio Hay, 4. Acamel, about 4. El Cedral, 4.28. San Miguel de Cozumel, 4. And up in Playa del Carmen, about 3.5. South in Pino Suarez, 5.5. Tulum looking at almost 6. Next 5 days, we see it moves north. That a big swath right here of about 8.5 inches, almost 9 inches, off the coast of Texas. Can't really get any longer than that. So, yeah, that's what it looks like next 5 days. Let's look at the waves here. So the waves icon looking, and it doesn't have that. Okay. Looking at the GFS model today, currently. Alright, let's look at some wave values here. Golden Grove, waves of 25 feet. Closer to Kingston, waves about 20 feet. South in your Dawkins Pen, Port Esquivel, about 18 feet. Then it really diminishes. Alligator Pond, 10 feet. Treasure Beach, 8 feet. Black River, down to 6 feet. Doesn't really increase till you get north. Runaway Bay, 11 feet. Falmouth, 8 feet. Anado Bay, 16 feet. Probably the biggest waves you're going to see is on the coast, probably in this stretch here, between Golden Grove and Port Moran right here, about 25, 24 feet of waves. Looking now, go back to the radar, see, do they have that fixed? No, but there might be a new image. Yeah, that's a new image. You see that's interesting. The eye tightening, that was 15 minutes ago. Approximately. No. It was 30 minutes ago, but you know what I mean. You see, the forecast, it moves. See that big area of heavy rain near Mavis Bank grew in size, about 2 inches an hour within that. We're going to go back to the satellite here. If I just look, I wonder if this thing will eventually try and get its eye and eye wall back. I mean, you see, that's the center of circulation, but it's still sitting at a Category 4 status. Just letting you know, in about 10 minutes, the new advisory will come out here on Hurricane Beryl. You know, wind currently. Give you some values there. Move it up to where they usually track it. About, it's a little higher. I'll keep it there, it's fine. Alright. Start on the east coast here. Golden Grove seeing 91 miles an hour. Listens 93. So basically this entire orange area, about 80 to 90 mile an hour wind. This green area up here, 50 to 60 mile an hour wind. This yellow area, this is hurricane force wind, 75 miles an hour. If we look over early this week, when you get over here, like, I say week, I mean less. By Albertown, 9 mile, they're less than 50 miles an hour. But if we look, we see that by the end, this is what the European model says. I wanted icon. I said icon. Yeah, but the icon model says later, this north part here near Montego Bay getting 85, Lucia 87, Davis Cove 83, White House 79 down to Black River at 77. Mind you, Jamaica, that is 7 p.m. today. Look back over here. Anything new? Let me show you the intensity guidance. Brought to you by Levi Cow, Tropical Tidbits. Most models showing a steep weakening down to a tropical storm before popping back up to a Category 1, 2, or maybe even a Category 3. But there are some outliers. Some models say that it really just won't, that it's just gonna die. It really won't just come back. And then the CEM2, not sure what they're thinking. It just won't weaken past a Category 3. There's one advisory that it might, or one 12-hour period that it might. Everything else, Surface plot here, you see that's the center of circulation. This was from about 5 hours ago, so that's honestly outdated. Let's look at the ensembles here for just to see where it will be going, or it could be going from the ensembles here. See, there it was, but there it is, and they're really everywhere. Some show it, so that's what it. This is Jamaican time, otherwise known as Central Daylight Time. 4 days from now, July the 7th. Let me think about what day that is. That's Sunday. Sunday at 1 p.m. July 7th has this. Those little red dots, those are hurricanes. Pressures. Then you see some models still, for some odd reason, have Chris forming just really late. I'm not in tango with that. Chris is, or not Chris, I'm stupid. Debbie. This, 96L. It isn't forming. I'm just gonna constantly. Hey, oh, it updated. Alright. That's about what I expected. Alright. New advisory is out. Hurricane Beryl as of 1 p.m. Central Daylight Time, July 3rd, Advisory 20A. Maximum sustained winds of 120 knots, 140 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure of 959 millibars, and movement west-northwest at 18 miles an hour. Tell you what they have to say. Hurricane conditions is about to spread into Jamaica as the Eye of Beryl approaches. Eye of Beryl expected to approach the Cayman Islands tonight into Thursday. That is one of the big things, because if I show you the watches in. Alright, so this is the new advice, the one that just came out. So you see, hurricane warnings. That is the red color for the entirety of Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and most of the Yucatan Peninsula facing the Caribbean. Tropical storm warnings are in effect for this little piece of the Yucatan and that little piece of Belize and the southern coast of Haiti. Hurricane warnings concurrent with tropical storm warnings. Tropical storm watches, the northern coast of the Yucatan Peninsula and the rest of Belize. So with this new cone here, they're showing it trending more and more and more and more and more north. But in fact, if I go to the NHC here and I go to the archived outlook, so we just go earlier. Alright, this is advisory 14. Dang it only shows me advisory 20. I need the old cones. But they were showing Beryl do something like this. Not this. They're showing it getting more and more and more and more and more north. By here, the only advisory at 120 miles an hour, it was looking like this. Or this. None of the. That's still my live stream. I keep doing that. It isn't right. Because none of the models, if I go back to the ensembles here, none of the models show it hitting Central America. Literally, not. The lowest down it goes is the northern tip of Belize. We had some. Let me just scroll back here for you. There's Beryl. Watch it. Everywhere. That's Chris. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Just everywhere. Okay, we had. Well, this is a crazy model. 973 intensifies about a Category 3 into Louisiana. I don't think that's happening. go to the earliest model run I have. That is Beryl. Yes, that is Beryl. Showing it literally go everywhere. So it's really just a matter of matters. Really just a matter of matters. Alright, zoom Earth. So we see live satellite imagery. So this, or not live, but recent. So that is Beryl. Now I do want to show you something. This isn't Beryl. We're Beryl related. But this is the Eastern Pacific. First, what the heck is that? Second, this. Invest 91E. Now if we just look a few hours ago, it looked like this. And then there was a big burst of convection there, and kapow! Looks like it's ready for a tropical storm. Then we have Chris. I keep calling it Chris 96L. I don't think it's going to form. And even if it does form, it's not going to be named Chris. It's going to be named Debbie. Tropical Storm Debbie. Or Tropical Depression 4. But it scares me. This is what Zoom Earth has it forecasted. Well, it's the same forecast as the NHC, but they have it, Zoom Earth, as a Category 2, slamming right here. Oh, maximum resolution. Y'all are mean. You know that? Y'all are mean. Coming out as a Category 1 tropical storm. That really did not make sense. I should have said Category 1, comma, tropical storm. A Category 1 or tropical storm. But I said a Category 1 tropical storm. That doesn't sound right. Then we landfall as a Category 1 hurricane in Tamaulipas. I forgot the name. South of Las Higuerillas. Las Higuerillas. Literally, that was the worst pronunciation. Las Higuerillas. Oh my goodness, someone help me. Someone help me. I think I'm getting delirious, you know. Anyway, since I'm getting delirious, I'm kind of starting to get bored because I've shown you everything that oh, the recon. I forgot about the recon. Alright, so they have another mission coming in. This is another one. Holy cow. They flew up and down. They still found some Category 5 winds in there, but didn't care. Same with this one. They found some Category 5 winds, didn't care. Anyways, yeah, they found flight level winds above 130 knots. Yet they're having it at 120. Yet they're having it at 120 knots. They're mad, I tell you, mad. And I guess I'll show you 96L. There's 91E. I think 91E is a little more interesting than 96L right now. Some models are still on board with it. I think they're insane, but since I'm delirious and starting to break down, I think that's the end of it. My headphones didn't fall off, I promise. That's the end of this live stream. If you live in Jamaica, hopefully you're not watching this. Hopefully you're preparing for the storm. But if you do live in Jamaica and you somehow still have power and internet, well, stay safe. That's all I can tell you. Stay safe.